Hey there, I'm Emily, host of the 3315 Hear the Blessed, the show where we talk about being a young Christian in crazy times. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the 3315. Today's topic comes from John chapter 20 verses 24 through 29. One of the 12 disciples, Thomas, was not with the others when Jesus came. They told him, "We have seen the Lord," but he replied, "I won't believe it unless I see the nail wounds in his hands, put my fingers into them, and place my hand into the wound in his side." 8 days later, the disciples were together again, and this time Thomas was with them. The doors were locked, but suddenly, as before, Jesus was standing among them. "Peace be with you," he said. Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here and look at my hand. Put your hand into the wound in my side. Don't be faithless any longer. Believe." "My Lord and my God," Thomas exclaimed. Then Jesus told him, "You believe because you have seen me. Blessed are those who believe without seeing me." So, what exactly does Jesus mean here? First, let's get some background info on this verse. This takes place right after the death and resurrection of Christ. At this point, the disciples and some of the women who followed Jesus have seen him risen from the dead. Specifically, Jesus had appeared to most of the disciples when they were in hiding, fearing persecution from the Jewish leaders. Thomas was not there the first time they all saw Jesus together and claimed he would only believe it if he saw Jesus himself, was able to look at the wounds on his hands and his side and stick his hand in there. And a week later, Jesus appeared to all of them again, this time with Thomas there. Jesus talks to Thomas and shows him the wounds in his hands, and surprise, surprise, Thomas believes. Then Jesus says in the final verse, "You believe because you have seen me. Blessed are those who believe without seeing me." And that's what I want to focus on today, those words, because a big part of being a Christian is seeing without believing. Yes, God has done signs and wonders to prove who he is, but you need to remember there are many times people would still not believe or only believed for a time. As Hebrews 11 verse 1 says, faith shows the reality of what we hope for. It is the evidence of things we cannot see. So that's why people are blessed when believing without seeing, because they have faith and they know God. Not that just that he can perform miracles or they just don't believe at all, but they know who he is, and because of that have faith in him. How does one build up a relationship with God? Read and study your Bible, pray, spend time with him. If you don't know him, how can you have faith that extends beyond what you can see? So, believing without seeing takes faith, a lot of faith. It takes building up a relationship with God, and I encourage you to do just that. God bless you.